I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Fasuka Cosplay. And today we're starting with you guys a new show. One that you
Voted for a long time ago. So basically when we finished, I don't even remember what show we finished, but when we finished that show, we made a poll on Patreon and we already planned on doing Black Mirror, which we are still... Well, if you're watching this, it means that...
Blind Manor?
I think it was Blind Manor.
Or...
And after Blind, we were supposed to do Black Mirror, which we did. And if you're seeing this, it's because I finally came around to editing the episodes.
Yeah.
And we did the poll for the show that was gonna come after, and Queen's Gambit was the winner. So Queen's Gambit, I know it's about chess. I know it's about a girl who's very good at chess. I know it's on Netflix. That's it. And apparently it's really good. So yeah. I was excited to watch this when it came out. And you wanted to see it too. So yeah. We were pretty happy when you guys on Patreon suggested it. And it won the poll. So hopefully we can have a good time watching this with you. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let's see some chess, guys.
Let's just jump right into the first episode, which is called
Openings.
Yes. And discover what Queen's Gambit is about. Chess. Chess.
Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle.
It starts in French.
I'm coming.
Jesus. I saw the bathroom.
She is a mess.
The suite is beautiful though.
She's playing chess with alcohol bottles.
She drinks and she's on meds. Okay.
Yeah. She has issues. When you're in the public eye, you gotta keep face. Of course, if you have issues going on behind the scenes.
I'm sorry.
She was supposed to have a match.
Yeah. How young is she though? Like, she looks barely older than like 20.
What are we supposed to do with her? Sending someone.
It's hardly a scratch on it.
It's a damn miracle. I doubt she'll see it that way.
Oh. You want to take that child away from the body of her dead parent, I guess?
Elizabeth Harmon surveys a troubled future. Elizabeth, 9 years old, was left without family by the crash. Her mother, Alice Harmon, was pronounced dead at the scene.
And the father?
Doesn't say.
We already start with a rough childhood.
Well, we know she ends up having a lot of issues in her life.
Shall we?
So she's gotta get there somehow. And we both know that she's
Welcome, Elizabeth.
a chess master, right? So she's gotta be really mature for her age, very intelligent. So maybe she understands how things happened in her life very differently from how she's supposed to, and she didn't know how to deal with her emotions.
Here we are.
She kept that hairstyle for years.
That should do nicely.
Like, this I don't agree with. She's already lost everything and now you rob
I don't
her.
think I'm gonna throw it away. It used to be hers though.
No, but why take it away from
I think
her?
we'll burn this one. Get dressed.
It's a souvenir of a mom.
And it's the same pills that she takes when she's an adult?
Mr. Ferguson will take good care of you. I'll see you at dinner.
Where are they giving them pills?
The green ones are the best.
What are they?
Vitamins.
Magic vitamins.
I were you, I say the green ones up for the nighttime, otherwise they turn off right when you need them to turn on. You know what I mean.
Something to keep them calm.
Hey, what's your name, girl?
Beth.
Jolene. Your
Oh.
mama and daddy dead? What's the last thing they said to you before they died? Close your eyes.
She killed herself?
I don't remember.
Oh, fuck. Jess?
Yeah, looks like it.
So what, she finished all her tests before everyone else, so they kept sending her down to clean erasers. That's how she learned. She used to play chess. I also love playing chess, and this is gonna make me want to play.
You want to lose again?
I don't lose all the time. You also lose your your fair share.
Not as much as you do.
Not true.
She can see the board.
Yeah, she's obsessed already. It is a bit weird, but it looks cool.
It looks like she's using the pill to
Dream, yeah.
dream about chess.
To allow her to be loopy enough to let her imagination run wild.
That might be why she kept taking the pills in the future too.
I want to know what that is you're playing.
It's called chess.
Will you teach me?
I don't play strangers.
She'll keep asking, man. You should say yes.
I already know some of it. From watching.
Yeah, I
Girls
assumed.
do not play chess.
Fuck off.
Girls can do whatever the fuck they want. Thank you.
That one moves up and down, or back and forth, all the way if there's space to move in. But that one can only go up. That tall one can go any way it wants.
Just
Only
by
from
watching him
her.
and thinking about it at night.
And this one?
Ah, use
On the
interest now.
diagonals. One square diagonal plus one square straight.
I usually say in an L
Let's play a game.
shape.
I play white.
Uh-huh.
Now or never.
Take your chance.
There are other strategies you'll need to learn down the road. The night or variation.
A lot of stuff to learn. We're not as badass at chess.
No, we're
I
not.
wish we could
We're
be.
just feeling the beat when we play.
Ah, shit. What's worse is that she's taking so much at the same time.
So,
But is that one of those things?
That's bad.
Like the Sicilian defense?
those things are called openings.
Is that one of them?
Yes. The Queen's Gambit.
Roll credits.
Check.
It's like a training montage. I think it's cool.
You're good.
The student has surpassed the master. He feels so proud right now. He doesn't show it, but he is, probably.
The names of the squares. I'll teach you now.
Am I good enough now?
How old are you?
9.
It hasn't even been a year.
To tell you the truth of it, child. You're astounding.
Oh yeah. It always amazes me seeing children with such high intelligence, and unfortunately sometimes Total intelligence can.
This is Mr. Gans from the chess club.
Chess club?
We
He's
play
gonna
at the club.
open some doors.
I'm also coach.
People like that
Would you
exist.
like to play me a game?
Genius like that. People who
Yeah.
catch on so fast.
Yeah, but usually they tend to have problems socializing because their
You play the color.
brain is just so up there compared to other people, you know?
That's the only thing that passionates her.
Check.
That's she's passionate about. Yeah, both at the same time. She's gonna become a master before she's fucking 10.
To be a master, you need to win,
Win,
how
yeah,
many
I know.
games?
I don't remember.
We have a dozen members, and I was suggesting to Mrs. Deerdorf that you come along and play all of them in a simultaneous.
What do you say, Elizabeth? Do you want to play chess at the high school?
I get to play chess. Hell yeah.
I'd like to. Where are the green ones?
You don't get them anymore.
There they are, right behind you.
I know where they are.
Because she's playing in
I'm
the
not gonna give you
basement.
any. New state law. No more tranquilizers for kids.
So it's not just this place that used to do it. It was something that was accepted socially
To
back
keep-
in the day.
I guess it's for keeping kids in
Calm.
line.
Before they probably realized that giving drugs to kids who don't need them is not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna start feeling dependent on them. She's gonna want them more. That would suck too if she, you know, starts thinking that those pills are the only things that allow her to play like that.
Mm-hmm. But is she gonna be okay to play on Thursday, you think?
We'll see.
Do you play the King's Gambit?
No.
It's my favorite. Did you know chess is older than checkers?
No.
By like 400 years.
Wait! Can I talk a bit? Just for a second, wish I luck?
Sure, go ahead.
She stole some pills.
Good luck.
As fucked up as that is, it's kind of gonna help her here so she doesn't messes this whole thing up. But it's not something I want to say. You know, you
Yeah.
shouldn't depend on drugs to perform.
And even less at 9 years old.
Mm.
She's gonna play all of them at the same time.
Well, they are judging her.
Oh, yeah.
You think you're
And
good?
all of them are boys too.
Yep, because
Yeah.
girls don't play chess. I'm about to prove you wrong.
She's making the
What
same move.
surprised me is
She
how
starts
bad
the
they
same.
played. They left backward pawns all over the place, and the pieces were wide open for forks.
They're supposed to be good. Like,
She needs to think a different strategy for every single
yeah,
board.
and every time she adapts to what they did and what they might be thinking.
Charles Levy, he was supposed to be the best. I had his pieces tied up in 15 moves.
Oh
I
man.
needed him in 6 more with a knight-rook combination.
You guys think you're the kings?
Gans told me I beat them all in an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow.
It felt good.
I create a monster.
But like, what
I
next
can
for
see
her?
Zayden's smile behind his
Any more
mustache.
vitamins?
This is so disturbing. She's 10. Fucking 10. Fixing the music from the movie in this. It's like she's opening like the Pandora box, you know? Pandora's box. Oh, fucking hell. She doesn't understand what this is doing.
That would be suspicious.
I mean, what do you think he won't notice? Yeah.
Hospital, guys! Hospital right now!
Okay, we are ending this first episode with a very disturbing bang.
Unfortunately, back in those days, the knowledge about pills and their effect on people and children weren't as known as it is today, and it was not so controversial, you know, to dope kids and
Or
to
like
make them calm and disciplined.
I don't know how big this was. I know that they were saying the state was all over the orphanage, like this place for what they were doing. So I don't know if it was
She also said
widely
about other
spread.
places.
Okay, I didn't know if it was widely spread or if they were the ones doing it, but it's disturbing. Like you said, they did not understand how bad this could be. I mean, these were other times. Like there used to be fucking drugs in Coca-Cola. You know, like it was.
Or even...
It was not as bad in the minds of the people back then than it is today.
Not even that. When we used to be younger, it was a common practice that kids were hyperactive, were drugged with Ritalin.
It's Ritalin?
Yeah. With Ritalin, so they will be...
Well, I was wondering if that was the drug they were giving
that's
her.
tranquilizer. And our brother used to have those pills when he was younger because he used to be so much active, you know, but he didn't have ADHD.
Well, some kids actually need help in order to, you know, regulate their energy levels because they have a chemical imbalance and stuff. But to just prescribe drugs to kids because you don't want to deal with them just being kids, that was widely spread back then. And I mean, it's not that far away from today.
It's not even 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a sick practice. It leads to basically you don't face the problems that the kid has. You tell him that he can't express himself, that he needs to take drugs because he's not normal, or he's too much for them to handle. So there you go, have your drugs and calm down. And in this case, it's not even about kids that are hyperactive. It's every kid that they have in the orphanage that they give them tranquilizers, fucking drugs, so they calm down and they stay disciplined and they follow the rules and they don't raise hell. Exactly. They don't do anything that might disturb anyone. So, and I'm not even sure like what's the, like I said, since it's in what, like how old do you give her at the beginning of the episode? 20s?
20.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's in 1940.
Like maybe 18 years old. She looks young.
So she was born in the 1940s.
It was in 1967.
Yeah. So okay, so it's in the 50s basically. She is young. She doesn't need this shit. I don't know what led them to believe that you had to give that to all the kids if it was just widely spread. You know, oh, I mean, this drug exists. Make your kids happy. You know, give them that. I don't give a shit. It's bad. And it created a dependence and it created a problem in her. Something that she obviously still has when she's an adult. Something that, it opened the door to her dreaming about chess and basically pushing her passion to the limit. But she doesn't need that to be good at chess. She doesn't need that to live her passion and to, you know, play at this game. It's just that because of how it all started, I have a bad feeling that now in the future she's gonna think that she needs this in order to perform, because it's what started it all. Sort of, it's what allowed her to see the board on the ceiling, you know, to bring her imagination places.
You know, it reminds me in the earlier days, you know, for some artists like musician or artists
that they couldn't
authors,
perform unless
they use drugs to be inspired and compose their art basically.
And the worst of it,
unfortunately, because they were in some sort of psychedelic state of mind and physical state, some of them created some beautiful masterpiece, But unfortunately, it brings so many bad effects.
But to me, I feel like the worst of it is they probably could have created this masterpiece if they had given themselves the chance, you know? Because, like, we see her, you know, she started very intelligent. She did that test like it was nothing. Even before, like, drugs became a huge problem, she was already pretty great. And then when she got, she got addicted to these things and she suddenly stopped taking them, she felt so down that she could no longer perform. So it's like no longer taking the drugs put her in a state that is so down that you can't function anymore, and you see that as being unable to perform in your craft.
That's addiction.
That's addiction, but that's already too much. Like, she doesn't want to go through withdrawal. She doesn't want to go through the lack of pills because it doesn't allow her to live off or to do the thing that she loves. So she's craving for it. Her addiction, like the feeling that she enjoyed started the addiction, and what the pills allowed her to do and what she thinks it allowed her to do is what is going to keep her in that vicious circle even when she's an adult. And she's going to add alcohol to that because she was fucking drinking bottles in the morning when she woke up. She's obviously struggling. Like, I'm guessing we will get to that point as we go further in the show, which is a strategy I really I like in TV shows, because we basically saw where she was headed. So we are going to be dreading that moment, and we will be able to better analyze what she thinks and how she feels, because we know where she's heading.
Yeah.
So it's going to give us more clues as to what she's thinking and stuff.
We're going to wonder how things happen.
Exactly. It keeps us on the edge of our seats. Like, we want to know how she got to that moment. By the way, I'm wondering if the guy that was in her bed was Dudley from Harry Potter. There's a chance. There's a chance. And there's also that was the drug factor, but there's also the chess factor. I don't know where the show is gonna go, but I know, like, she's obviously, like, she's playing chess on the thumbnail, so she's obviously gonna keep playing chess, and she's doing tournaments and stuff.
What I know, I don't know if the Queen's Gambit is based on a true story. I think it is.
I thought it was, but I don't think it is.
Because from what I understood from the trailer, she's gonna become a famous chess master.
Well, she is. Like, when she showed up at the tournament, people were taking pictures and stuff. Like, they freaked out over her, and they are already freaking out over her at 9.
So, I think from what I remember, she's gonna be adopted by someone who's gonna use her talent to become a chess master, and she's gonna play over and over again against talented people.
That's the one thing that bothers me, because there is something beautiful about having a genius child discover something that he or she loves, and, you know, becoming good at that craft and having that passion that leads them places. And then when you take that beautiful thing and you twist it into something that's perverted and cynical, when you twist it into, you know, an attempt to get fame or an attempt to get money off of that kid, and you turn it into a need to perform. I mean, not that it was that bad in this episode, but the way everyone just... I mean, it wasn't bad, you know, they just wanted to show that, I mean, this girl was great and to level everyone up against her. But the way it was done, you know, everyone just surrounding her and then she's alone in the center and stuff, it kind of feels like...
how do you expect her to play? She's supposed to play all of them at the same time.
I'm saying that the feeling I got from that is that she's kind of like an animal at the zoo. It's someone that they don't understand. They don't understand her genius. They are amazed by how intelligent she is, and the usual reaction to that is gawking. You know, you're like, I don't understand this person. She is special. Then they put her on the pedestal and they look at her and they don't see a person. They see a thing that performs at chess, and it's incredible for sure. But then who will worry? Like, that's my fear for the future in this show. Who will worry about the person? Considering she has issues in the future, and, you know, we were seeing her all messed up, and then she's a public figure, so she needs to keep face. I'm like, I don't think anyone knows how she feels behind closed doors. And that's usually what happens with geniuses, what happens with artists and performers and stuff. It's that they are so good at their craft that people stop seeing the person that does the craft, and they only see the the actions of that person. They only see what she or he creates.
I already said it a little bit earlier in the episode, but with genius children, basically.
What? Genius children.
Genius children, yeah. Usually when children have a high intelligence, the main problem with them is that they have difficulty to socialize with other kids of their age because their mind is not functioning at the same
level,
at the same speed than other children, and usually they tend to be more at ease or not really with people who are older. But from what I see, she's kind of okay with the other guys at the orphanage, like with Jolene.
Well, I was wondering at one point, you know, it reminded me of Sherlock Holmes a little bit. I was wondering if people try to analyze the character, and I mean, you tell me guys in the comments, but I was wondering if some people looked at her and thought she might be autistic. And then she started, you know, really connecting. Well, not connecting, when she started talking with the girls at the orphanage. So I wasn't really sure.
I don't think that she seemed autistic.
Well, there are many levels.
Yeah, I know.
So I wouldn't know, but like it reminded me of Sherlock Holmes, and I remember that we discussed the possibility that he might be autistic. So the question popped in my mind, like if that could explain maybe why she's socially awkward. She has problems showing any emotions at all too. Like she's a blank canvas when it comes to emotions, and she didn't show anything, even when she was craving drugs, even when she got angry or impatient, and when she was so close to getting them at the end, she showed absolutely no emotions. So this might not be autistic as much as sociopath, but I don't know, like I'm interested in knowing how people diagnosed her, like how they analyzed her character and what they think of her and how she is. But it's a question that popped up in my mind when I watched the first episode, because it's obvious that she cannot show emotions the same way like we can. You know, she can't communicate what she's feeling easily. And she doesn't connect with people much. Like, we don't see her connecting with people at all. The only way she connects is through chess, actually. And, you know, that Jolene, who basically is teaching her life, she's teaching her things that she'll get interested in and when she gets older, and things that she will discover. Like, it's the only connection that she's got at the orphanage.
But let's not also forget where she's coming from with her mom, because our mom didn't seem to be in a right place of mind.
Why, yeah.
And from what we saw, I think that, yeah, she tried to commit suicide.
Well, she definitely did. Like,
no. She did. Well, she did commit suicide, yeah. And I think that our mom might be, maybe not a physician, but a mathematician. Because she was a doctor because she had a PhD. But I don't know in which domain, though.
But it could be one thing, though. Sometimes... I don't have an example, but I've heard that, you know, sometimes when you're a genius, when you're, like you said, your brain goes faster than other people, and you have, because of that, problems connecting socially, when your brain just won't let you rest and won't let you connect, you're very much alone and you feel very misunderstood. If her mom was also a genius, struggling with addiction and struggling with socializing, and all aspects of socialization... I'm French, guys, I'm sorry, but still, if her mom had issues like that, and she was also a genius and stuff, and she had problems connecting, that could have led to isolation, that could have led to extreme behaviors that led to what she did. But we don't know. Like, what we saw was flashbacks, and I don't think we will see much more than that, because she was very young when it happened, so I don't think she could properly analyze what was going on. The best way would be to meet her dad.
Yeah.
For her dad to show up eventually and tell us, but we will see.
From what we saw, the dad just decided to give up.
He gave up for sure, because it got too hard, and like he did look at her when he saw her. He did make like that little connection where he was like, I think he didn't want to leave her behind, but there's nothing he could do. So yeah, we'll see if we meet him again in the show. If he suddenly shows up because his girl is popular and famous for the chess playing.
That's my girl over there.
Yeah, that'd be shitty. But maybe he can give us answers about the mom eventually.
I think one of the things that I really liked about the first episode, guys, was the relationship between the maintenance guy and Elizabeth Arman. From what I saw, the relationship between the teacher and the student, and sort of like a father figure with his daughter, is just interesting, because we know that he was proud of his student when she finally beat him at chess, and that she was learning so fast at the game.
I wouldn't say he was like a father. Like it's not like he took her on in any other way than just realizing that she had a real talent and that there was something to do there. And when she gained his respect, and he allowed himself to see her as an equal, and eventually as someone that was better than he was. A father would, consider her everything else, her emotions, her studies, the time she spends down there.
Maybe in the long run, he might become a father figure to her. But I don't know, because I don't know what is going to happen in the future.
I don't think so, but
for now, that's a mentor and his student. And yeah, he's proud of her.
Well, he's the one that opened the door. He opened the possibility for something, and he introduced her to someone who could do even more and open even more doors. So we will see. Well, I mean, for now at least, there's only one door she will see, and that's the door to a hospital. We need to deal with this, and even though the addiction is still there in the future, right now it's serious. So we need to tone that down, make sure that she's okay.
At least regarding the mentor didn't ask her to clean everything before playing chess. You know what I mean?
No.
Wipe in, wipe out. Karate Kid. You don't remember it?
Yeah, well, that was a weird connection. I know Karate Kid. That's just that's a stretch. Okay. Sorry, joke that didn't land. Sorry. In any case, that was a good first episode. I'm really, really excited to see what they're gonna do in, like, how many episodes is there? 7?
7.
What they're gonna do in 7 episodes. But yeah, I'm already feeling really bad for this kid, but I still want to see her, perform and do the thing that she loves, and see how she gets to where she is in the beginning.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch the second episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out right now. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, you can wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week.
Yes.
So we're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye!